All right, hope everybody had a happy Thanksgiving. Team came back in ready to work today. Had a really good week of practice, and know the challenge it's going to be having gone there and able to win a game a year ago in Seattle. Unbelievable environment. One I know our team is ready to go compete against a really talented team, and looking forward to seeing our guys go do that. Regarding the QB position, we are going to rule out J.J. McCarthy. He was not able to clear the concussion protocol. Pleased with where he's at. He's progressing, but just not able to clear the last few steps. And quite honestly, just I have pretty strong feelings on just when guys do get a concussion and where they're at in regards to the next week. Always want to leave it open to the doctor's ultimate say and decision, and the protocol is in place for a reason. So Max had a really good week of practice. His preparation started long before this week with how he's prepared, being either a snap away or even throughout training camp and since he's been here. I know the guys have a lot of confidence in him, and I'm very excited to see him play based upon the work he's put in and just how important I know this opportunity is to him. And these guys are going to play great around him, and we're going to go compete on Sunday. Just giving you some game status updates. In addition to J.J. McCarthy being out, Donovan Jackson will be ruled out, and then we'll have 5 players questionable. Christian Darrisaw, Jonathan Grenard, Theo Jackson, Josh Metellus, and Jalen Redmond, all questionable for the game. Nobody else will go in with a designation.
Hey Kevin, will JJ make the trip to Seattle?
Yeah, we're still working through that. I don't know if there's any rules or anything like that to that, but I would like him to, yeah. So we'll just defer to whatever the doctors say on that.
Kevin, I know you expressed confidence in Max on Monday. Just seeing him navigate practice this week, how much more does that confidence grow?
Yeah, obviously I don't need to see Max do a lot of the things that he did in practice to have confidence in him. Like I said, this has been something that really dates back to training camp and just watching the way he was able to efficiently run our offense, no matter who he was in the huddle with. And I think our veteran guys, the guys in that first huddle, have seen it over and over again. But then to have him command the huddle the way he did this week, not sure the ball hit the ground today, just with the efficiency at which we were operating and throwing, and guys were flying around. So I think there's confidence in Max, and like I said, I'm excited to see him as a guy that I've been watching behind the scenes do a lot of work and continue to just make it about the stuff that is important and matters to the daily minute-to-minute process of a young quarterback. I have a ton of confidence in Max.
What do you see in Seattle's defense? Just why are they making it so difficult?
Super talented. I think Mike's one of the best in the league at what he does, and it's not just him. He's got a great coaching staff there with him. They've obviously added some players on the edges. They already had good players there. They already had really good players on the interior of the D-line. And you see their younger players continuing to ascend as well. Good linebackers. I was with Ernest, Jones in L.A. I know everything about what he is, toughness, just smart, flies around, makes a lot of plays, tackling, but also on the ball as well. And then I think they've really figured out, their secondary and how they want to play, and it's a tough scheme. They can throw a lot of different looks at you, a lot of different pressure variations. There's a reason why Mike's one of the best in the league at what he does. Ton of respect for him, and I think his players are playing fast, physical, and they obviously play really well at home in the noise. So going to be a challenge. We practiced as if, under the expectations of playing one of the best defenses in the league, in a tough environment. So expect our guys to go compete. It's going to be about play style. It's going to be about physicality and then poise. In and out of the huddle, getting to the line of scrimmage, and making sure we're maximizing our operation with limited to no negatives is what we think it's going to take to have a chance to win the game.
Kevin, when you're figuring out how to attack Sam, how much do you look back on the time that you had with him last year and things that training camp practices, or just seeing what affected him when he was here?
Yeah, I think, when you're coaching a guy and you're around him every day and became incredibly close with Sam, you think back on some of the things, coaching points and things like that, but he's playing at such a high level. I think he's obviously a lot of the things we saw from him a year ago, he's fitting right into that offense and playing at a very, very high level with playmakers around them, weapons at the receiver position, tight end position. They've got 2 really good backs, and I think their O-line probably doesn't get enough credit for how physical they are in the run game and how they get off the football. So I think Sam is going to play as Sam has played all season, which is very, very well. We've got to play sound defense. We got to have play style to how we play. Try to win some of those early downs and then see if we can make it about some of those weighty downs where our defense has been pretty darn good this year, and they've been really good as well. So good on good battle there, and obviously Sam's going to be a guy we've got to try to make uncomfortable in the game, but he's playing at a level that makes it hard to do that.
Just to be clear, Wolford still gets elevated to be the backup?
Yep. Yeah, John will be elevated to be the backup, and we'll take a look at anything else roster-wise, but likely JJ is out for the game.
Yeah. And why'd you sign Desmond Ritter, just to have another?
Yeah, it comes down to we like Des first and foremost, but the way we practice sometimes from a standpoint of the walkthroughs being split, we wanted to have John and Max, able to absorb absolutely everything and make sure the defense had somebody during their look teams. As good of a former quarterback as Charlie Fry is, Charlie's a coach now, so we wanted to have somebody there. And like I said, I think you asked me earlier in the week if we were going to do anything there. That was you, right?
I think so.
Yeah. And it was both you guys teaming up, bullies like you are. But no, it just helps to have that guy already in the building. If there were to be an injury of any kind, which we obviously hope does not happen, we're out in front of anything in the future.
I think all the takeaways have gone from last year to this year.
Well, I think there is a certain level at the NFL level of it being sometimes random, but are you doing the things as a team to help the defense? It's not just them. Obviously, you want chances to punch at the ball. We talk about that every day. These guys are here. It's principles of how we play defensively. The tips and overthrows, can we get people into those D&Ds where we get more ops at some of those, and then catching the ones that you do get thrown to you, are all principles of turning the ball over. But I think offensively, special teams, can we make the play to make people have to drive it with more plays? Field position matters. And then offensively, can you do enough that a team can't be finding a path to beat you while being very conservative? Because if that's the case, then you just don't have as many of those downs. But where maybe a year ago we had a lead, 1-2 score lead in the middle part of the games where people have to try to go get it, there could be more opportunities with the plays that are being called to try to allow our defense and our scheme and flow calling it to have a chance to maybe force some of those. So I think it all works together. And it just takes team football, not just the defense forcing those plays to happen.
Did Jalen Redmond get hurt in practice?
He felt a little in his hip yesterday and was able to come back and get some treatment and kind of have a limited day today. And I think he's feeling pretty good, but we'll see how he comes out of today. It was just not in any kind of team period or yesterday. Actually, an individual just kind of going through his fundamentals and techniques, just felt it a little bit, but a lot of that stuff's normal this time of year.
How did Darisaw come through the week?
Yeah, he got some work today, and we'll see how he did. We'll see how the doctors and the medical team assess kind of how he's feeling, and I'm sure it'll be something that whether it's a game time decision or we have some clarity coming out of today, later on here we'll know. But we've got a plan in place. CD, hopefully he's able to go. Justin School will be ready. We'll be ready to handle it with whatever we need to do to try to put that group out there in a place to have success against a talented front.
Thanks, everyone.
Thanks, guys.